Hello everyone, Absent Friend here, and we're back with another set of Disney Villainous guides. This time we're going to show you some advanced strategies. You guys voted for it, so we're doing it. Today we're going to explore Ursula, so stick around and check it out. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. Hit it! And here we are at the gaming table with Ursula. Now this is original Ursula, not the introduction to evil Ursula. This Ursula is thought to be one of the hardest villains in the original box, mainly just because her play pattern is very different than every other villain, and her win condition is incredibly difficult. But once you get it, it's really not so bad. So I'm going to show you some advanced strategies and combo moves that you can do as Ursula to try to help your strategy out and also keep faders from stopping you as easily. Okay, so number one strategy is, of course, cycling the deck as fast as possible to get your objectives in your hand. I don't care what comes into your hand or what powerful card you may have. You think, oh, I need to save it. No, you don't. Unless it's these two right here, they are meaningless. Now, once you have these, and if you get lucky, maybe you get it right off the bat, just play them immediately to Ursula's lair. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, I should play the Trident somewhere else because King Trident's going to have to be moved to be defeated and then move it back. Well, yes, that's true. However, if you play him here and he comes out and he goes up here, let's pretend that's Trident, then just get the contract that says Eric's ship, move him there, and then he'll move him there, it'll move down here, and then just move it back. Boom, you're done. Always play the crown to Ursula's lair. There's no reason to play it anywhere else, okay? So let's say we have the crown in our lair, and let's say we're ready to bring out Trident, but we don't really have the cards to do it. So let's set up a little scenario here, and okay, so this is kind of a really good hand that you can do this combo with, okay? Plus you're going to need several power, and I'll go through that in a second. Alright, so first build up your power, use the crown activated as much as possible to look at your fate cards to try to, get the bad ones out of the way and make the Fators waste their fates. Okay, so let's say you're ready to do this. So you get to the shore, you gain your 3 power, and let's say you already have, you're gonna need at least, I think 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now I have a total of 10 power. Beware if you're playing against Prince John. Okay, so I have 10 power, and goodness. There we go. Okay, 10 power. Alright, so I get to the shore. Hopefully nothing is blocking it. If anything does block this, let's just say it's Scuttle. If anybody ever blocks this, move them to Eric's ship. This can be blocked, you're not really losing much. Move them to Eric's ship. Just move them to Eric's ship. Don't argue with me, just do it. Okay, so no matter how many heroes you have, that's not a hero, move them all to Eric's ship, because that's where they'll be out of the way. Use Whirlpool, use the Palace, just all kinds of stuff, okay? So to do this, of course, you'll have to have the lock token at the Palace to do what I'm about to do. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna play for 4 power. We're gonna play this Trident, which will ring out you know who. Okay, and now he's up there. Oh, I said to play him here. Okay, so I mean you could play him the shore too. This strategy would work for both. So the shore or Ursula's lair is perfectly fine, especially if Ursula's lair is locked. You play him to the shore, but play him to Ursula's lair, and then that was my first card. For my second card, I'm going to play for 3 power. Do this quickly before anybody has a chance to put any dingle hoppers on them, or snarf flats. But that, the contract on them. Okay, and so now the only thing that can stop you is Sebastian. So hopefully he will not come out in a fate action. So then discard if you need to discard, if you have crap cards or whatever. And then for the next card, okay, so now it's the next turn. You're going to come over back to your lair. You're going to play for 1 power, or actually 2 power, because all effects against him are increased by 1. And you will move him to the shore, or Eric's ship. The contract gets rid of him. So the contract goes away, he goes away, and the Trident comes down here. Then you use this space to move the contract into your home, and hopefully you won't lose on the next turn. Okay? So that's one method that you could do, and it's an easy combo. That was a 1, 2, 3, 4 move combo. It went across 2 turns, but that's really the only way that you can do that like that. Okay? So then let's look at another one. Now, let's say you got the, let's say you had the Trident down here, and then maybe you weren't able to get it. Maybe it was at the shore or something, okay? And maybe you weren't able to get it over there in 1 turn, and that's okay. So once again, we need to be in Ursula's lair to do this. So go back to Ursula's lair. It's your turn. Move the Trident over here, and then for the card for 1 power, the power that you would gain from here, you will play Change Form, which means you will lock your lair, and the items, if Ariel were to come out, she can't get them because they're locked. And so that would let you win automatically. No one would be able to stop you. Well, I say that no one. There is one thing that could stop you. And if that is, you get 2 very lucky fates where somebody gets Grimsby and moves the lock, and then the next person gets Ariel against you. So if you're playing a 3-player game, that could be very troublesome. If it's a 2-player game, you've won. There's no way that they can stop you. But a 3-player game, yeah, they can stop you. So just be very careful. 4-player game, I guess, could too if they use the fate token appropriately. So yeah, that's another way that you can win it. Okay. All right. Another way that you could do things quite easily and without having to spend a whole bunch of power. The first thing I usually do whenever I play this game is as soon as I can, change form and put the lock token over here, because I don't really like dealing with the what do you call them, the eels, and activating them most of the time, just because this is covered up and it's pointless and there's no other way to activate things. So the only problem with this is that you can't play everything right directly at Ursula's lair, so you can just play them right here to the thing. Okay, so but this way I can hop back and forth between my discards. I can move heroes very easily. I don't have to wait for a Whirlpool card to do it. And I can also fate twice, which is also very powerful too. Okay, so another very cool strategy to do with Ursula is, remember what I said to cycle everything. You could even possibly end up cycling these. Like if you play Divination, that helps you cycle your deck. Go ahead and play it. It's not going to hurt. But if you accidentally discard your objective items, you can use an opportunist to get them back. So there's that possibility. But that's not a very good idea because Flounder could mess you up really fast. I was going to say could flound you up really fast, but that doesn't sound right. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else. The Cauldron is not really worth playing at all, I've noticed. But as far as she goes, that's pretty much it with advanced strategies with her. So combo your way into getting Triton defeated as quickly as possible. Leaving turns open with him out with the Trident and getting people to put Snarfblats and Sebastian and everything else coming out could very easily stop you. So try to defeat him in one go, or at least put a contract on him in one go if you can. So yeah. So use those combos to your advantage. Use the Grow Giant to your advantage to move heroes. That's also a good card to use. But the Grow Giant is always limited because even if this is locked, if these are still covered, you can't use them. So you just got to be careful with Ursula. She can be tripped up really easily. So hopefully those will help you out with the win, getting that win. Once again, like I said, I like to just explore these until I'm ready to start winning. So if you ever play against Ursula and she follows this strategy and you see her move the token herself, don't or be aware that she's about to make her move. Speaking of heroes, I mentioned moving all the heroes to Eric's ship. Don't bother defeating them. It's really not worth it. Especially this guy. Keep him from getting replayed, okay? So just don't. If you're the Fedor, you really don't want to play heroes, if at all possible. Sometimes you're going to have to. So just play the really weak ones, like the dog or the seagull, or even Eric. He's pretty weak too. But as far as some of these more powerful ones, okay, so now I'm speaking to the people who are playing against Ursula. If you're playing against Ursula, then you need to follow this strategy, okay? So against Ursula. So, I don't want Ursula to win. Let's say we started the game. I don't want Ursula to win, so I want to block her actions. Well, it's a very good idea. Definitely you want to block that, and you definitely want to block... Hang on. You definitely want to block that. And if Triton comes out, go and play him. No problem. Who cares? But play the other card if it's better. So definitely block her actions and keep her from discarding, especially keep her from discarding because she wants to cycle. And keep her from activating if at all possible. Don't play him and don't play Ariel unless you're absolutely necessary to do. Play the Snarfblad, of course, on King Triton, but any hero would work, but especially King Triton. If you can't play it on King Triton or Ariel, skip it. The reason why you don't really want to play Ariel, you don't want to play these two, or Sebastian. Where's he at? Yeah, you don't want to play Sebastian either. If he comes out, don't play him. You want to save him. You want to save him because if you get this, you can pull him out of that discard pile and then play him and get to do whatever he needs to do. Okay, so save these powerful heroes for the times when you need them. The others can just go out and cause havoc. Okay? All right. So now let's look at some ways to do this. Because Ariel will have to be played, or Ariel is going to get played no matter what. Let's say you got everything out, or Ursula has everything out, and you're like, she's going to win. She's going to win. What do I do? What do I do? Well, first things first, get Ariel and play her as far away from our lair as possible and move those items. Okay? So that's good. And then, of course, play the Snarfblad on her. Hopefully, you really need to fade her as many times as possible. And you can put multiple Snarfblasts on her. I think there's 2. Yeah. So play 2. Okay, that means you have to pay 6 power, plus the cost of the contract to put on Ariel. So that's gonna take a bit. If for some odd reason Ursula is here and she has the items here, play Ariel to the palace and then move everything over there. Okay. And then, now here's the thing. She can easily be moved off like that. No problem. The items stay. They don't follow her. I used to think that they were attached to her, kind of like Trident, but no. They just go to her same location. So she can be moved around, but the items stay put. Alright? So let's just say that that happens. And then the next Fate action, you get Grimsby. And you play Grimsby, and actually a good idea to play him to the palace, and then you move the lock token. Not only are these locked, but Grimsby's locked too, which means Ursula cannot put a contract on him or defeat him. Now, if you can do this and you're really slick and you can get Grimsby out, you can play him. It doesn't really matter if he gets defeated or not. As a matter of fact, you want to kind of encourage Ursula to defeat him, so he can be discarded and played again. So play him where he's kind of in the way. But hopefully, if you can do this before she gets Ariel out of there, you've locked not only Ariel in there and the items. Then neither one of them can be moved. Now, could Ursula get out of that? Of course, if she has her changed form. However, if her deck is low and she's already played them or discarded them or whatever, she could be in real trouble. So it just depends. Yeah, opportunists can get it back out, no problem. But it's difficult. It's very difficult to do, and it can really. And P.S. If you're the other player, you can now use this opportunity to win the game yourself. Okay, so we're not only looking at ways to Ursula can win, but also ways that you can win while playing against Ursula. All right. So this is very, 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 very awful. If you have a good friend that you play this with, don't do this. They may not like you very much afterwards. But it is something that can be done. It's a very specific thing that happens. Don't aim for it. But if it happens, even just one of the items be locked in there would be awesome. Especially if it's the crown, because she can't use the crown if it's locked. She can't activate it. So absolutely do the strategies that I'm showing you guys, and go for that win, and just keep barraging other people with stuff to keep them busy so that you can do what you need to do. But then again, Ursula might just want to keep a low profile. I've tried to keep a low profile, and some people have played both crown and tried it back to back. If you want to do that, you can. But I like to do the combo I just showed you, where this comes out and then you attach the contract immediately, and then the next turn you move them over. So again, the eels I really don't like. I like them at the beginning, and I thought that's a cool way to do it, so that way you never really have to change form. But if you get changed form against your will, then you have no choice. Your activation's locked and or covered, and there's not much you can do about it. So keep heroes off the activation, keep heroes off the palace, keep them all in Eric's ship as much as possible. As soon as a hero gets played to a place you don't want them, as soon as you can, move them. Even if it's without a contract, just move them. So well, that's it, folks. That's all I really have for the advanced strategy guide for Ursula. I really hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope that you will use some of these strategies on your own to try to play Ursula and improve your game, and kind of pull that win out of your friends. And maybe they won't be your friends anymore. But anyway, if not, you can come play against me. Maybe we can figure out a way to play each other online. Tabletop Simulator is the only way I can think of to do it properly, unless we do like a live like this. I guess that would work. I don't know, maybe I could work out a Patreon or something where that might be a possibility in the future. We'll see. If you guys like that idea, let me know in the comments. And if you have any other strategies or advanced combos or things like that you know that you can do with Ursula, let me know in the comments, and I will be more than happy to try them myself to see how well they work. So until next time, this is your absent friend signing off.